Hey everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Brian Jackson. I used to play arena football for 9 years. I also run my own kicking business, Team Jackson Kicking. I really appreciate you guys coming over to my channel and checking out my first video of the new year, and which is going to be 5 tips on how to make a field goal. If you really like this video, make sure to hit the like button as well as subscribe for weekly videos. Number 1 is how to tilt your ball. There are too many kickers out there that like to tilt the ball way far to the right or potentially to the left if they're not aware, and it's really imperative to make sure the ball is straight up and down. And then aiming at the inside panel if you're a right-footed kicker, which would be the left panel, about 35% up on the ball to make really good foot-to-ball contact. You can have a slight tilt to the right, but we don't want to tilt it too far to the right where your foot can't even get underneath the right panel, and then you end up kicking the ground or swinging across and kicking to the left. You'll see in the NFL that a lot of kickers like to have the ball slightly tilted to the right as well as a little bit forward. That is just to make sure that they get under the ball and get proper trajectory. Number 2, alignment and steps. Make sure you guys are taking very balanced steps. I see way too many kickers falling off their line, or they're out of control or out of balance. Also, don't speed up your steps. I see a lot of kickers that try to make everything too fast and they're not controlled. There are a couple ways to take your steps back. This kicker here is taking their steps back with their left foot. That's perfectly fine. Just make sure that it's left, right, left. Take your time in the back end. Take a little bit of a deep breath to relieve some tension. Go over and make sure you're looking at your feet as you're taking your 2 steps over, and they get nice and balanced in an athletic stance. This kicker here is taking his foot back with his right, and then left, and then right, and then aiming up real high, and then scrolling over. Number 3, staying on your line. So many kickers today that take their jab step and then they veer off way to the right, and then they come back around to the left, they swing across their body and they fall back, and they don't even finish towards the target. Don't veer off and go down to the left and then back to the right, because that's really going to confuse your hips. Make sure that your feet are just like railroad tracks. Jab your left foot towards the plant, your kicking foot towards the ball, and then plant downfield about a foot away from the ball. Number 4, foot to ball contact. Foot-to-ball contact is imperative if you want a successful field goal. If you come in like a wedge kicker, you're not going to get as much power and force as you would like a soccer-style kicker, and you're also going to potentially injure your groin or hip flexor. Don't have your foot vertical, straight up and down. That's not the proper way to kick a football. Also, don't flip up your toe. If you flip up your toe, you're going to see kind of like an X rotation, and we don't want to see that. Really have a nice diagonal line with your foot angle, and make sure you make contact with a big metatarsal bone on your foot. This is very similar to a soccer style kick. If you were to hit a power shot at the goalie as hard as you can, you're gonna flex that foot out towards your target. And number 5, make sure you follow through straight towards your target. There are too many kickers that like to fall back. They just punch kick, or they come across their body really bad. Make sure you're swinging up and through about 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock and finish at least a half yard, if not a yard, in front of your spot. Also, don't hop around on your plant foot too much, because you'll really irritate that knee. Just a nice little skip through, land on the plant foot, and then the kicking foot can come down. So really ensure that you're staying on a nice path to the left panel of the ball. Make sure that your feet are just like railroad tracks. Jab your left foot towards the plant, your kicking foot towards the ball, and then plant downfield about a foot away from the ball. Well guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Again, 5 easy tips on how to make a field goal. Make sure to subscribe. 1 video a week with really important content that's going to help your game.